Good morning, class. So, before we discuss the examples in symbols in and set of logic, let us recall what we had last meeting. So, last meeting, we discussed about the language and symbol of mathematics, the comparison between the English and mathematical language. So, meron tayong verb, noun, and pronoun. Sa nouns, we could say that mathematics could be fixed things such as numbers or expression with numbers. So, yun yung ating, yung nouns is 5, 3, 7x. Kapag naman verb, it could be the equal sign or inequalities. So, ano ba yung mga inequalities? Yung greater than, less than, or greater than or equal or less than equal. So, yun yung ating mga verb. Kapag naman pronoun, it could be variables like x and y. So, na-discuss din natin yung expression and the sentence. So, again, mathematical expression is the name given to mathematical object of interest, which may be a quantity, number, and combination of these using different operation. And kung mathematical sentence naman, it express a complete mathematical thought about the relation of a mathematical object to another mathematical object. So, ang magiging halimbawa, meron tayo na mathematical sentence. We could say mathematical sentence is 3x plus 4y is equals to 1. Kapag naman mathematical expression, we could say that 11m plus 7. So, yun yung example ng ating expression and the sentence. So, sabi ko nga, last time, I will give you some example about the vocabulary and grammar of the language of mathematics. So, dito napapaloob yun, dito sa example ng symbol and sets of logic, yung vocabulary about the grammar of the language of mathematics. Okay, so let's proceed. So first, let us know what is sets. Sets is collections of things. So, yung things na yun, class, is the element of sets. Yung tinatawag daw natin na things dito sa collection of things, ito yung elements of sets. So, example, A is equals to 3, 6, 8. So, dito, A is a set. Therefore, set A has 3 elements. So, ano yung mga elements na yun? Yun yung ating 3, 6, and 8. Naintindihan? Okay. So, this notation, we will discuss what is this symbols and the meaning, and we have the example for these symbols and meaning. So, for this symbol, E, ito ay Greek word, Greek letter E is we could say that the meaning of this is an element of, uh, okay again, E is an element of. So, yun yung meaning niya. And example, 1 is an element of A. So, ibig sabihin, 1 is an element of A. So, makikita nyo dito class, 1 is element of A. So, yung A daw ay equals to 1. Or we could say 2 is an element of A and 3 is an element of A kasi siya ay siya ay equal dito sa ating set A. So, dito, set A is an element of, has an element of 1, 2, and 3. Intindihan? So, if you could see this symbol, E, then may isla sa loob, the meaning of this is not an element of. So, example, 1 is not an element of B. As you can see here, B is an element of 2 and 4. So, dito sa B, wala yung 1. Kaya sabi doon, 1 is not an element of B. Next symbol. If you could see the symbol, the meaning of this is a subset of. So, example, C. C is a subset of A. Subset. So, dito, yung example natin, C is equals to 2 and 3. So, ibig sabihin daw, C is subset of A. So, nakikita nyo dito, class, siya ay pwedeng, yung 2 daw at saka 3 ay napapaloob dito sa ating A. Belong siya kay A. Ano? Then, union. This symbol is for union. Unions of sets. So, A union B. So, ibig sabihin, 1, 2, and 3, and 4 is a union of A union B. So, makikita nyo dito, class, yung A natin is merong 1, 2, and 3. And yung B natin ay may 2 and 4. So, union of sets B. This one is for intersection of sets. So, yung example natin, class, A is an intersection of set B. So, intersection. Nakita nyo naman, class, yung A and B natin ay may pareha siyang 2. Ano? Intersection. So, A is an intersection of B. So, this one is for empty sets. So, pag nakita nyo yan, this one is empty. Or, pwede nyo sabihin niya na empty set is equals to this symbol. This sets. Kasi wala namang nakalagay dun sa loob niya. Kaya pareha silang empty. Ano? Wala silang laman. Or empty. Next, notation warning. Para sa matong notation warning na to? So, kasi sa ibang libro, may iba't ibang ginagamit na symbol. So, this one is the example of this symbol for other authors. So, some authors use the symbols C and this one, or nakabaliktad na C, to indicate subset and superset, respectively. So, what is respectively? So, ito nga yung sinasabi natin na magkasunodan. Ito yung, ito. This one is for subset and superset. So, kaya respectively, hindi natin siya pwedeng sabihin na ito yung magiging superset. So, dapat siya ay, yun nga, naka-respectively. So, kung subset ito, at ito yung ating superset. That is with the same meaning, and instead of the symbol, we could say this is the subset or maybe equal, and this is the superset or maybe equal. For example, for these authors, it is true of every set A that A is superset A. So, ito yung ating symbol, class. This one is for subset of and maybe equal. This one, letter C, is the subset, and this one, the symbol is for equal. Kaya sinabi sa kanya na siya ay subset of and maybe equal. And this one, superset of and maybe equal. Yung nakabaliktad na C is superset. And this one, nakikita nyo naman, letter C siya, or C, parang C. And yung guhit niya sa baba is may slash na ganon. Ibig sabihin sa kanya is, this symbol is a subset of and maybe not equal. Naintindihan? Okay, important sets of numbers. So last video natin parang na topic na discuss ko to So this symbol n is for natural, yun yung 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. Pag naman integers, yun yung z natin, symbol niya is z. So ito yung may negative and positive sign siya, yung integers natin. So, negative, example, this one is negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. So, rational is symbol IQ. So, yun yung fractions, quotients of integers. So, yun yung mga fractions, 2, 4, 3, 4, 3, 8. So, yun yung mga ganon. Then, real numbers, numbers with a decimal expression. So, decimal expressions, yun. 0.3, 0.6, 0.7, mga ganyan. Mga decimal expansion, sorry. Okay, this table of sets theory symbols. So, ito, kung nakita nyo kanina, parang ito ay summary lang nung aking pinagsasabi kanina. Sa last topic natin. So, ito yung symbol. Ito yung symbol natin for set. And yung definition niya is a collection of element. So, example nito, yun nga, A is an element of 3, 7, 19. Or B is an element of 9, 14, and 28. So, collection of element. This one, the symbol is, the meaning is such that. We could say that this symbol is for such that, so that. Pwede mo siyang basahin na so that. So, let us read this example. This example, A is equals to X such that X is an element or X is greater than 0. Intindihan? And this one, this symbol is intersection. So we could say that objects that belongs to A and set B. Okay, ulit. Object that belongs to set A and set B. So, yung object daw na nakabilong kay set A and set B. So, we could read this as A intersection B is equals to 9 and 14. So, yung 9 and 14 na yon ay belong daw kay set A and set B. And this one, A union B. So, ang meaning niya class is objects that belongs to set A or set B. Kapag union ay belongs to set A or set B. Pero kapag intersection, object that belongs to set A and set B. So, halimbawa si 2 and 3, halimbawa A is equals to 2 and 3, pwede rin natin sabihin na B is equals to 2 and 3 kapag yun ay intersection. Pero kapag union, halimbawa natin ay A is equals to 3, 4, pwede lang natin sabihin na B is equals to 3 or 4. Kasi or, sinasabi dito na or. So, naintindihan? So, example nito class, dito, is A union B is equals to 3, 7, 9, 14, 28. So, for A, the symbol naman, subset or equal. Kasi nakita natin kanina, di ba? Pwede siyang subset or equal or subset lang. A is subset B. Where set A is included in set B. So, sabi si A daw, yung element daw ni A ay kasama sa set B. Example natin is 9, 14, 28 or subset or equal 9, 14, 28. So, equal siya, class. So, pwede natin sabihin na ito, hindi, para lang pala siya dyan. Okay, next symbol natin. This one. If proper A is proper subset or strict to element B. So, we could say that the meaning of this is A is a subset of B, but A is not equal to B. So, ulit natin, basahin. A is a subset of B. So, pwedeng A is a subset of B, but A is not equal to B. So, this example, 914 is a subset, strict subset. Sa araw natin. 9, 14, 28. So, hindi sila equal. pwedeng kasama laang. Ano? So, kaya, ito kasi yung equal. Pero kapag napapaloob lang, ito lang yun. So, pwedeng 9 and 28 or 14, 28 lang, pero hindi yung talagang nandun sa loob ng isang element. Kasama lang. Ano? Okay. So, this is for A is not subset B. So, set A is not a subset of B. Ito yung example natin. 966. So, not subset. 9, 14, 28. Ito yung example niya. And superset naman, A superset B. So, yung definition niya, A is a superset of B. Set A includes set B. So, pwede natin sabihin 9, 14, 28 is a superset. 9, 14, 28. Subset or equal. Yun, nakita nyo ha? Kaya parehas sila ng element. Later, magkakaroon tayo ng example for this para mas maunawaan ninyo. Hindi. Ito na pala yung example niya, class. Ito na yung magiging example niya. So, symbol for superset or a proper superset or strict superset. So, yung meaning niya, A is a superset of B, but B is not equal to A. So, as you can see here, 9, 14, 28 is superset 9, 14. So, for this one, for this symbol naman, not superset, may slash siya sa gitna. Set is not, pwede nyo siyang basahin as set A is not a superset of set B. So, we have 9, 14, 28. Not superset 9, 66. So, ito naman is power set. So, ibig sabihin, all subset of A. So, halimbawa, 2 raised to 4. So, yung 2 ay lahat ay naka-raise siya sa 4. So, halimbawa ay parenthesis, 3 plus 4, open and close parenthesis, 3 plus 4 raised to 2. So, lahat yung nasa loob yung 3 plus 4 siya ay naka-power set. Ano? So, all subset of A. Power set. All subset. Naulit lang to class. This P or A, P of A siya class. Pwede natin sabihin, basahin sa kanya na itong power set A na to ay pwede natin basahin as all subset of A. So, ito rin yung class. Pinalawak lang, ganda lang rin yan. Ito yung sa numerical values niya. Ito lang yung sa symbols. Okay, so let's proceed to our next topic, which is the elementary logic connectives, quantifiers, negation, and variables. So first, logic is an organized way of reasoning. Sense-making has grown to a more complex, yet beautiful and challenging field. So we have two branches of logic. So first branch is the mathematical logic, or we could say this symbolic logic or formal logic. Kung may formal logic, mayroon din naman na informal logic. So this is the two branches of logic. Okay? So what is logical cognitives? So a proposition, which is a declarative statement with a distinct logical value, can either be simple or atomic or compound. Kapag sinabing compound, ito ay complex or molecular propositions. So logic means reasoning. The reasoning may be a legal opinion or mathematical confirmation. So, basic mathematical logics are negation, conjunction, and disjunction. So, here we will know what is the symbol of negation, conjunction, and disjunction. The symbolic form of mathematical logic is this one. This one is for the mathematical logic. Or we could say this is the negation. That is negation, ha? This symbol is for negation. This one is for conjunction, yung nakatas na V. And this one is for disjunction. Ito yung B natin. Disjunction. In this article, we will discuss the basic. So, basic mathematical logical operators. So, ito yung type of logical operators natin. Conjunction, disjunction, negation, conditional, and biconditional. Ito yung magiging logical operator ng ating conjunction is and. Sa disjunction naman is, yung logical operator niya is or. Sa negation is not. Conditional, if, then. Sa biconditional, if and only if. So, symbol niya class sa end. Ito ang symbol niya sa end. Or we could say, we could read as P and Q. For this symbol naman, disjunction, we could read this as P or Q. Pag nakita nyo kasi ito ay and, ito ay or. And this symbol is for not. We could read this as not P. For this naman, for the symbol, if and then, we could read this as if P, then Q. Kung hindi daw P, edi Q din yun. Kapag biconditional naman, if and only if. So, the symbol of this is P, if P, and only if Q. So, P, if, and only if Q. Yun yung pagbasa sa kanya. So, this is the sample. Okay. So, example natin class, convert following English sentence to mathematical symbols based on the following simple propositions. So, let P, Daniel attends the opera concert. Let Q, Kim attends the opera concert. Let R, Laika performs in the opera concert. And let S, Gwen performs in the opera concert. So, sabi dito, i-convert daw natin yung following sa English sentence so mathematical symbol. Ito yung ating English sentence. So, kung mayroon tayong hindi pala. Ito yung ating magiging English sentence. Kung mayroon tayong English sentence, number 1, either Daniel and Kim attend the opera concert or Laika performs in the opera concert. So, ang magiging mathematical symbol class niya is P or P and Kim. So, si P, di ba yung P natin is si Daniel. Daniel attends the opera concert. Tapos si Kim, yun yung ating naging Q. So, ito yung ating mathematical symbol. And, di ba, itong end natin is ito yon. Tapos, yung or, Laika performs in the opera concert. Ito yung or natin. Then, let R is the Laika performs in the opera concert. So, yung magiging solution natin class is P and Q, P and Q, or R. So, ito yun. Ano? Naintindihan? Ulitin natin. P is for Daniel attends the opera concert. Q is for Kim attends the opera concert. R is Laika performs in the opera concert. And S, Gwen performs in the opera concert. So, kung may English sentence tayo na it's either Daniel and Kim attends the opera concert or Laika performs in the opera concert, ang magiging solution natin na class is this one. Open and close parenthesis. So, or pwede natin sabihin na set P and Q, or R. So, ito yung solution. Next, Daniel attends the opera concert, and either Kim attends the opera concert, or Gwen will not perform in the opera concert. So, dito, ang magiging solution natin is P, where si P is si Daniel, and, di ba itong end, oh. Daniel, it's si P, Daniel attends the opera concert. This one, ito yung ating symbol for the variable for Daniel, and this one is for end, and this Q is for Kim, and this one, nakita nyo this symbol is for, this symbol is, we could read this as or, and this one is not. So, di ba, kita nyo, or Gwen will not, ito si Gwen, S, will not perform the opera concert. Ano? So, Daniel attends the opera concert and either, yung either natin tong open close parenthesis, either Kim attends the opera concert or Gwen will not perform in the opera concert. Kita nyo? Yung not ay laging nasa unahan noong nung ating variable. Kita nyo, class? So, ito yung example natin. Di ba? Not. Not. Ito yung not natin. Ito yung kanyang variable. Tama? Okay. So, let us proceed to number 3. So, Daniel and Kim will not both attend the opera concert, but Laika and Gwen will both not perform in the opera concert. So, nakita niyo dito, class, si Daniel and Kim daw. Daniel and Kim. So, yung not natin, syempre, nasa unahan, kasi yun yung kailangan natin sundin. And, so, Daniel and Kim will not both attend the opera concert, but, yung but natin, hindi na natin siya kailangan lagyan symbol kasi wala naman siya symbol. So, diretso na tayo kay end. So, ito yung but. Both Laika and Gwen, Laika, this is not, so not performing the opera, so sila ay parehas may ganito. Ano? So, we could say that this is the, but Laika for R is for Laika and S is for Gwen will both not perform in the opera concert. So, naintindihan yung ating example. Next. Dito naman tayo sa truth tables. So, paano ba itong truth tables na to? So, truth tables for conjunction. So, si conjunction natin is, we could read this as end. End. Si conjunction ay end, ha? So, input, kapag yung input A natin and input B, pwede natin sabihin output B, output is A and B kasi conjunction siya. This truth tables is for conjunction. So, A and B, or we could write this as A and B. So, if our input A is true and the input B is true, the output is true. Now, so, if input A is true and input B is false, we could say that the output is false. If the input is false and the input B is true, we could say that the output is false. But if the input A is false and the input B is false, then we could say that the output of these two is false. Later, you will see what is the, kung ano may mga pinagsasabi ko dito, kung paano nyo gagawin. Okay? May example tayo para mas maintindihan ninyo. So, truth table for disjunction. So, kung yung conjunction natin class is for, yun yung end natin, ito namang truth table for this conjunction, ito yung this conjunction plus is yung or, ha? Tandaan lagi. So, kapag may input ay, let's say that the input natin, two variables, A and B. So, A or B, we could just write this as A or B. So, kapag input A is true, input B is true, then the output is true. So, kapag naman dito, kapag true, yung ating input A and false naman kapag yung input B, siya ay magiging true. Pero, doon sa kabila, kung makikita nyo class, dito sa ating end, kapag yung input A natin ay true at yung input B natin ay false, siya ay naging false dito sa end. Pero kapag dito sa OR, yung A natin ay true, then yung ating B naman ay false, ang kalabasan daw niya ay true. Kabaliktaran siya nung ating OR. Ano? Kapag naman dito, yung OR natin is kabaliktaran doon sa ating end. So, kapag dito naman, false yung A, true naman yung B, magiging output niya ay true. Pero dito, false yung A, false yung B, siya ay naging false din. Katulad lang din noong ating end. Nagkaiba lang siya dito kay true yung A dito sa dalawa. So, ulitin ko, dito sa ating OR, table truth for OR disjunction, yung input A natin ay true, and yung input B natin ay false, kaya ay naging output ay true. Pero doon sa isa, siya ay naging false. Ano? Doon sa nauna, kay end. Pero dito naman, false yung A, then true yung B, the output din natin dito is true. Doon naman sa kabila, doon kay conjunction, siya ay naging output niya is false. Pero dito naman sa, kung parehas naman siyang false, syempre false din ang magiging output niya. Okay, sa negation naman, negation. Kapag may input daw tayo na A, and let's say input A, negation A, so we could write this as not A, not A. So, input, pag yung input niya ay true, magiging output niya ay false. Kapag naman naging input niya ay false, magiging true yung output niya. Okay, so let us have some example of this truth table. Direction. Write the truth table values of conjunction for the given two statements. So let A, X is an even number. So, ang even number natin is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. And the prime number natin is what we could say, prime number. So, ang prime number daw natin, class, is, what prime number? What is the prime number? Oops. Walang internet. Okay, so class, ang magiging prime number natin is 2, 3, 17. Again, yung magiging prime okay. Again. So, let us have some example of these mathematical logic problems. So, example 1, direction natin. Write the truth table values of conjunction for the given two statements. So, let A, X is an even number. So, ang even number natin ay 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 16, all divisible numbers divisible by 2. So, yun yung ating magiging even number, di ba? So, next, letter B, X is a prime number. So, ang prime number natin is 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29, 31. So, yun yung mga example ng ating prime number. So, paano ba yung truth tables nito? So, ang hinahanap natin is truth table values of conjunction. Ano? Truth tables of conjunction. So, let's assume that a different x values to prove the conjunction truth table. So, value natin is 2, 4, let x is 2, let x equals 4, let x equals 3, and x is equals to 9. So, sabi sa A, x is an even number. So, yung A natin, di ba yung 2? 2 is even number. So, true siya. Then, sa B, dapat daw yung value ng x is prime number. So, 2 is a prime number. So, ang magiging output niya class is true. Dito naman, kung ang value ng x natin is 4, so sabi, yung A dapat daw is dun sa condition ng A natin is even number, so siya ay true. Pero kung condition natin sa letter B is dapat yung value ng x is prime number, so hindi siya prime number. So siya ay false. Kaya ang output niya is false. Then, if the x equals 3, sa A natin, hindi siya even number, di ba? Kaya siya ay false. Then, the condition for B, siya ay prime number. Kaya, siya ay magiging output natin is false. Kasi, sabi, doon sa truth table ng conjunction, kapag yung A, values ng A is false, and the values of B is true, ang magiging output niya is false. So, the answer is false. And if the value of x is equals to 9, di ba yung 9 is not a even number, no? Kaya yung condition natin sa A is false. And sa letter B naman, hindi siya prime number, kaya siya ay false. So, ang naging output niya class is false. Intindihan po? Okay. Next example. Write the truth table about truth tables of disjunction for the given two statements. So, yung condition A natin, P is divisible by 2. And condition B is P is divisible by 3. So, divisible by 3, ano? Okay. So, let us truth table for this condition. So, let assume that different x values to prove the disjunction truth table. So, halimbawa, yung value ng P natin ay 12, 4, 9, 7. So, sa condition A natin, dapat siya ay divisible by 3. At yung B naman ay divisible by, sa condition A natin, dapat siya divisible by 2. Sa B naman, may condition tayo na divisible by 3. Okay. So, si 12 ay divisible ba siya kay 2? So, kapag dinivide natin siya kay 2, diba siya ay whole number, kaya siya ay divisible by 2. So, magkakaroon tayo 6. So, the answer for A is true. And for letter B, siya ay divisible naman kay 3, kaya siya ay true din. Kaya magiging sagot niya is 3. True. Si 4 naman, siya divisible din kay 2, but not divisible by 3. So, siya ay false. So, naging true ang output niya. Then, si 9 is divisible by 2, not divisible by 2. Kaya siya ay false. And sa B naman, siya ay divisible by 3, kaya siya ay true. And naging output niya is true. And for this number, example, P is equal to 7, hindi siya divisible kay 2, kaya siya ay false. And then, dito kay condition B, dapat example na natin is divisible by 3. So, si 7 ay hindi divisible by 3, kaya siya ay false. Kaya the answer is false. Okay? Intindihan po? Next. The predicate calculus. So, predicate calculus deals with the predicates, which are propositions containing variables. Predicate is an expression of one or more variables defined on some specific domain. A predicate with variables can be made a proposition by either assigning a value to the variable or by quantifying the variable. So consider the following statement. Example. Example natin is Ram is a student. Now consider the above statement in terms of predicate calculus. Here, is a student is a predicate and Ram is a subject. Intindihan? Predicate and subject. So, yung is natin is a predicate. The word is a student. Yun yung ating predicate. And yung subject natin ay si Ram. So, let's denote Ram as X and is denote as predicate, P. Then, we can write the above statement as P of X. Okay, generally, a statement expressed with predicate must have at least one object associated with predicate. In our case, Ram is required object with associate with predicate P. So, statement function. Earlier, we denote Ram as X and is a student as predicate P. Then we could have statement as P of X, di ba? So, si P, siya yung ating predicate, and this X is yung ating subject. Ano? So, ito yung ating, si Ram daw ay estudyante. Ram is a student. So, sinot natin siya as P of X. Here, P of X is a statement function where if we replace X is with a subject, say Sunil, then we'll be having statement. Sunil is a student. Thus, a statement function is an expression having predicate symbol and one or multiple variables. This statement function gives a statement when we replace the variables with objects. This replacement is called substitution. Instance of statement function. So, quantifiers. The variables of predicates is quantified by quantifiers. There are two types of quantifiers in predicate logic. So, yung ating two types of quantifiers is the universal quantifier and the existential quantifier. So, ano ba yung universal quantifier? So, universal quantifier states that the statement within its scope are true for every value of the specific variables. It is denoted by the symbol A, yung nakabaliktad na A. So, ito yung quantifier natin. Ito, yung symbol for quantifier is this symbol, this one. Yung baliktad na A. You could say that A times P of X is read as for every value of X. So, P of X is true. Example, man is mortal. Can be transformed man is mortal can be transformed into a propositional form. Universal quantifier times P of X, where P of X is the predicate, which denotes X is mortal, and universal quantifier times represent all men. So, itong all men, ito yung ating universal quantifier. And this is the mortal. Ito yung ating predicate. Ito yung ating P of X. So, we could say that universal quantifier times P of X. So, pero kung sa sentence naman, statement, siya ay man is mortal. So, we have the existential quantifier. So, existential quantifier states that the statements within its scope are true for some values of the specific variable. It is denoted by the symbol E. So, ito yung baliktad na E. Example natin, we could say that E times P of X is with as for some values of X. So we could say P of X is true. So example, some people are dishonest. Okay. Some people are dishonest. So it can be transformed into propositional form. So ito yung baliktad na E. Ano nga yung E natin? So, siya yung extension quantifier. Extension quantifier times P of X, where P of X is the predicate. Laging tandaan na yung P of X natin ay yung predicate, which denotes X is dishonest. And extension quantifier, X represents some dishonest men. So, you can see here, some people are dishonest. Ito yung dishonest, ito yung naging ating existential quantifier. Ito yung dishonest natin. And yung ating predicate is the some people. So, extensional quantifier times P of X. Ito yung ating symbols, mathematical equation. So, predicate formulas. Meron tayong consider a predicate with P with N variables as P, X sub 1, X sub 2, X sub 3, and so on. Here, P is N. Base predicate. So, ito class ay P of X lang din. So, yung meron lang siya sa loob na P, X sub 1, X sub 2, X sub 3. Pinahaba lang siya. So, yung X of N natin, ito yung hanggang dulo. Kung ilan lang yan. So, yun yung X1, so yun yung predicate natin. Predicate and X1, X2, X3, Xn are individuals variables. This N place predicate is known as atomic formula of predicate calculus. For example, P of Xn, or Q of X and Y, or R, X, Y, and Z. So, for now, hanggang doon lang muna yung topic natin. And, kung may mga questions kayo, pwede kayong mag-comment below in this video, or pwede kayong mag-PM sa akin. Later, i-upload ko din yung activities ninyo para dito sa topic natin. So, thank you for your time and effort for listening. I hope na may naintindihan kayo na konti or kahit pa paano. And thank you.